Hey, welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. We're at the beautiful Alfty Family Farm in western Wisconsin in Vernon County. It's beautiful out here,
Isn't it
man.
absolutely gorgeous? I'll tell you what, we have something in common with what we're going to do today. I do, at least.
Really?
I was born and raised in Wisconsin.
Okay, got
There's
me beat
number
on
one
that.
key.
Yeah.
We're going to be we're at a nice sustainable family farm. We are at the Alfty Family Farm, like you mentioned.
Right.
It's a Wisconsin grass-fed beef cooperative.
Yes,
They're about 190 strong, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the whole state of Wisconsin. We are actually in Coon Valley, and I actually had the opportunity just a little east and a tad bit south at Westby to stay at a nice little hotel there.
Well, this is beautiful, beautiful country. If you've never been in this part of the state, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous coming in
And you know
here.
what happened
It really
about
was.
a few hundred years ago? The French came down, did a little trapping.
They did.
Yeah, and they stayed for quite a while, and then the Nordskis.
The Nordskis?
You know the Nordskis.
I think I went to school with the Nordskis.
The Scandinavian came and they saw these beautiful coulees, and coulee, by the way, is French for valley.
Okay.
So like we're on Spring Coulee Road.
I just wondered how that worked. All right.
And so coulee means valley, and if you look over yonder on the other side of that hill, is zigzag and curve. La Crosse, Wisconsin
Okay.
is to the west, a little bit north of us, about 28 miles,
Right.
25 miles, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that's where we're pinpointing at. We're at the Alfty Family Farm. We are going to be doing some grass-fed beef, gorgeous stuff. We're going to do some wonderful Alcam butter.
Yes.
And some other wonderful things. So stay tuned. The first segment is going to be a little south of the border cooking.
Oh, we're going south.
Yeah. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with not more of Mad Dog and Merrill's, but Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
Yeah, but we're going to have more of it.
Absolutely.
You got
Stay
it.
tuned. We'll be right back.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you by Modern Home Products, the makers of MHP, Phoenix, and Profire Grills. All natural Golden Plump Chicken, Minnesota and Wisconsin raised. It's golden good. Cherry Delight, a Door County original. Renard's Cheese of Door County. Get your squeak on. The Oneida Nation and the new Oneida Market. Crisp Kraut, the world's finest sauerkraut, proudly produced in Wisconsin for over a century. And by UW Provision, the meat people, and so much more.
Hey folks, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. You know, I kind of confused folks earlier. I said that born and raised in Wisconsin.
Well,
And what I
confused.
meant was the cattle are born and raised in Wisconsin, so was I.
Gotcha.
But what the nice thing about
With the cattle?
what's nice about the cattle being born and raised in Wisconsin is there's less fossil fuels being used to raise them.
Right.
It's not as
Gotcha.
though we're trucking them in from thousands of miles away or across to a different country. They're actually raised right here in Wisconsin. You're helping out family farmers. And then, you know what? The great thing about the cattle here is they're relaxed. That's why I wore this peace shirt today, because so are the cattle at peace. They're relaxed. They're like their social behavior is normal.
Well, they're just walking around, grazing away. They're enjoying life. That's how we should do in life, folks. Just walk around, graze around, and enjoy life.
That's exactly right. In fact, they're just coming out of the woods,
Yeah.
out of the shade, grazing back there. So it's kind of neat. We're gonna do a little south of the border cooking. I took a hanger steak.
Okay.
And I looked up hanger steak, and I thought a hanger steak was the same as a skirt steak.
Sure.
I thought the skirt hangs right here like a skirt on the cow, on a cattle. But actually, there's the brisket right here.
Right.
And the hanger steak hangs inside the rib cage, underneath the brisket, underneath the ribs, inside, protecting the organs. And I took a wonderful little hanger steak. I'll show you in a moment. I glistened it with an oil south of the border, so I used a little chili powder, a little nutmeg, a little bit of our grilling magic over here. I squeezed lime over the top, and I'm gonna get another lime ready, because that's what I planned on doing the whole time. And I seared it up. I put the green egg at a nice high temperature, and I seared up one side of that hanger steak. Now there's
Look at
one of the
that
hanger
baby.
steak, and it just has this piece of fat down the middle that's just so flavorful. So I'm gonna sear it up on the other side now,
All right.
on our green egg. I'm gonna squeeze a little lemon over, a little lime over the top of that. We're gonna get that ready to cut up into fajitas. We need tortilla shells.
We need tortilla shells. You know, tortilla shells are very economical. A lot of people use them for everything. I love this because tortilla shells, you get the large ones, you get the small ones, whatever size you want.
I like these.
I like these too.
Give me about
Which-
6 of them.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to use the whole pack. They look hungry. The crew looks hungry and everybody else here.
Yep.
All that I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap these up in aluminum foil. Now, you can do these in the house if you want to. Some people even like them for, you know, maybe 20 seconds or so. But I'm going to wrap these up. I'm going to place them on the grill and leave it go for about 10 minutes, nice medium heat. You might want to check them once in a while. You don't want to overcook them or anything, but move it over to one side where there is no heat. And just slow cook them for about 10 minutes, and then you've got a nice soft shell to go ahead and fix to add your meat and your vegetables to it.
The peppers and onions, because we're going to do some fajitas.
All right.
If you hadn't had a chance to use our beautiful extra virgin olive oil, it's hand harvested, small batches, first cold press out of Chile. If you don't have it at the grocery store you're shopping at, ask for it. Maybe they'll get it in for it. We do appreciate it. Onions and peppers, drills with some beautiful olive oil over the top. I've already seasoned it with the 3 seasonings I used today, a little nutmeg, chili powder, and Grilling Magic low sodium garlic pepper blend. I'm gonna take our peppers and our onions, and over on the Phoenix grill, I've got that baby fired up to about 400 degrees right now. We have one of the little stir fry baskets. They're excellent to have. If you need a gift for anybody, that's a great gift to use. So I'm gonna stir fry those, get those going, get them nice and softened up for the fajitas, for the hanger steak, for the
Avocados.
Avocados.
So you better believe it. A little south of the border action. You know, you can make your homemade guacamole. If you're using homemade guacamole, you want to use a really nice, soft avocado. These I got a different
This one's
version.
a little hard.
Yeah, that is hard. That is hard. That one you might want to wrap up in a brown paper bag, set it on the counter maybe for a day or so. That'll go ahead and
That's
soften
right.
that up a little bit on there. They're hard. They're very hard. Now we'll see on this one. This is a little bit on the soft side. Not really tricky, but you want to sort of one right in the medium of soft and hard, which I don't have.
Hee-haw.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slice this avocado right down the middle on all sides with the knife.
Be careful.
Be careful. I'm a professional. Don't
This
you
is
worry.
live television
Oh
tape.
God, I'm
This
scared.
is live television
don't
tape,
do that.
isn't
Don't
it?
do that. No. Okay, look, I slice on the top. All right, see that where that came off?
Yeah.
You got the one half there. Okay, now if you want, I could cut that off. I'm going to leave that there.
You know, I was telling my hairstylist about grilled avocados, and they've done them too, where they pop them out of the shell, out of the peeling too. But I think Merrill does them in the peeling.
I do them in the peeling. You know why? Because then afterwards you're at a party and you want to grab something, you just grab that little avocado and you got a spoon and you could just walk around.
Was I invited to the party?
You weren't invited to the party. All right. Okay, so you take the pit out. See how easy that is?
Don't have to swear
You
about
don't have to take that out. Place that. Now, if you like, I would add a little bit of olive oil. Let's drop just a little bit of olive oil on there. Okay, very good. Want to get that olive oil on there. Now you have choices that you can make. Some people will go ahead and use even black beans. You know, put those in the center. Put some cheese on there. Today, I'm cheating. You can use some tomatoes and some onions. But you know what I'm going to do today? Today I'm going to use a little bit of salsa in there.
Really? And you got all those beautiful tomatoes and onions
All
and cheese?
right, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mix them all together is what I'm going to do. That'll thicken it up a little bit.
That'll help.
All right, go ahead.
Put some
mix
onions
it.
in
All
there.
right, put some onions in there. Put that in there. Come on, you're doing good. There you go. A lot of onions. A lot of onions. Okay. Place that right in the center. Okay, now, 2 things you could do. You could place that on the grill right now. Put it on for about 10, 15 minutes. If you wanted to before that, let me try this hard one. I want to see if I can get that open because I want to show them what it's like to do.
I want to do some jalapeno poppers.
All right, okay, anyway.
How long do you cook them?
Anyway, about 20 minutes. But if you wanted to, you could rub that with oil, grill that about 4 minutes on each side, then put the salsa and the cheese on
I
there.
think that's the way I prefer to do it. A couple little soft score
Right,
marks
it makes
on
it a little
there.
bit more softer that way.
The jalapeno poppers, we've done them before. Here's a quick way to do them. I'm going to do these fast because jalapeno
Oh,
poppers.
take your time. It's our show.
No. We got to get other things cooking here, buddy.
Okay, all right.
Take a fresh jalapeno, slice off one of the sides, hollow out the seeds. You pop that baby out and you got yourself a little filling area there, a little cavity.
Yeah.
This is just plain cream cheese. I'm going to put these on the grill, on my Phoenix grill off to the side. I'm going to take this off right now. This is.
All right, okay.
I'm gonna
Let's
take
do
this
that.
off
I'll
and
put
sit.
this on over
We're just gonna let this sit for a minute till the next segment.
Okay.
And we're gonna show how to put together the fajitas. 'Cause I think that's done. It's just gonna set in tent now for about at least 10 to 15 minutes
Yes.
to absorb the juices back
Right.
in and to settle real nice and raise in temperature. So if I'm not mistaken, that's gonna be that's a nice rare right now, and I think we're doing just fine. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
could dig right into that right now.
I bet
don't
you
even
could.
know the tortillas. I don't need nothing.
And the only thing I was going to do is throw some pecans. I can't do it. I'll do this for the steaks later
Okay,
on.
all
We're going
right.
to throw a little pecan wood on our green egg
Right,
to add a little
action.
smoke flavor to
I
it.
like that. I like
So
that.
you folks stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to put together this whole meal for you and show you how to put together fajitas. And we're going to do some nice little buttered steaks coming up.
All
so
right.
stay tuned.
I love it. Hey, welcome back to Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling.
Hey, hold on, I almost forgot this last jalapeno
Ooh,
popper.
Man, I love those babies.
Man,
I'll
those
tell ya.
poppers, you put them on the grates of the grill just long enough to blister their little bottoms and warm them up a little bit. They're delicious to do on the grill. I got my peppers and onions.
All right.
We had them in our little fajita mix here. Kind of don't have much room here, but
You got them.
oh man, let me get these. Hold on now, folks. Hold on.
Here, you want to use my?
I think those are a trick today.
there you go.
They've got these right here. Peppers and onions.
Oh man,
Oh, I forgot my onion rings. Oh, look at that.
the flavor on those. And you got
It
the
just-
olive oil on those?
Oh gosh, olive oil and lime juice and seasonings. There's our little hanger steak. Of course, we're out in the field, so we got flies. You hang on to that.
All right. Oh, thank you.
Look at Meryl's beautiful avocados. You put the grated cheese over and let those blend together, and you scoop those off. They're just delicious. Now the key thing about the hanger steak is to slice it thin.
Oh, beautiful. Want to taste that just to make sure it's right, though?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm sorry, folks, but you know me. You
You
gotta.
know what?
Oh
Yep,
man.
I'm cutting it across the grate, so we're doing good. I'm gonna cut it like this. And just absolutely delicious. That's the best cut of meat. And you know why you never, Rod Ofty was telling us, the reason you never saw the hanger steak is they called it the butcher steak because it never left the butcher.
Yeah. Boy, it's really good.
Oh, it's just delicious, and it's great for fajitas. So that's a great way to do it. Meryl has our little tortilla shells. Oh, you got one already.
I'm ready. I'm hungry,
Oh,
man.
man. You dish those babies up, a couple little pieces of meat in there, some peppers in there, a little bit of onion in there, maybe a little extra squeezings of lemon or lime, some sour cream, and you roll that up. But I'll tell you what, you can have yours, Meryl.
Okay.
Oh, you're going for the avocado.
Oh, look at the avocado. Look at this, baby.
Okay, here's some gorgeous steaks right now, and I'm going to show you
Okay.
the difference in the next segment. I left the cap on one of the loins, and so I left the cap on one of the loins so we have the fat there. The rest I trimmed, and that's what's nice about grass-fed beef is you can do either or. So here's a real quick little thing to do with steaks.
All right.
This is my favorite way to do it. We're going to put a little bit of Grandma Hazel's over the top of these.
Okay.
Just a tad bit of Grandma Hazel's over these. This, you can find them in those neat little departments with the bulk spices. This is sweet bell pepper, red bell pepper. And I'm gonna put that red bell
Oh.
pepper over the top of the steaks. And Meryl, what's that over there, an eagle?
Holy cow.
And all we're gonna do is pound those in a little
All right.
bit. I'm gonna do those on both sides.
Okay.
But we went to our good friends at El Cam Creamery. And let me show you some of the creameries that
Okay.
they got real quick here. There's the El Cam Creamery. And we got just this one here. This is the unsalted one right here that Meryl was using for his. And then this is the Cat's Meow. And this was what I melted down. I melted down a whole one of these. This is the butcher block paper that they use, the old-fashioned butcher rolled butter.
Okay.
And it's just absolutely phenomenal. And El Cam Creamery has those. I melted a whole package of those.
Whoa.
And what I did last night is I did a whole bunch of these steaks, and I dip them in that butter.
All right.
After I season both sides, I stick them in a pan, stack them up, put them in the refrigerator, and watch them solidify.
Whoa.
And
Look
honest
at
to
that.
goodness, dang. So there's our beautiful grass-fed beef. There's the solid butter on there. If you lift the hot grill of that
All right.
green egg,
Place
I'm gonna-
that baby on there, man.
I'm gonna throw those on the grill, and that butter's gonna sear, the butter's gonna stink, the butter's gonna smell to high heaven, and just be absolutely delicious on that solidified butter. Now, the other way to do it would be a real nice hot skillet and pan fry each one, maybe sear it up and move it over where there is no heat. But
This
as
is aroma right here, I'll tell you. I love that smell.
I'm gonna get the rest of these on. You get
Okay.
to cook in a nice little,
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little steak sauce
Thank
here.
you.
I do have I use a 1/4 cup, 1 stick of butter, all canned
man.
butter here. Let me get my front there. As you can tell, I have melted that up. Now what I'm gonna do here is I've got some mushrooms, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these mushrooms cooked first, and that'll take a good couple of minutes.
so use
right?
a 1/4 stick of the El Cam butter.
Yep. I'm gonna put those on there. I'm gonna stir those around, really get those down until they're really nice and soft. And
Sure.
then I'm gonna go ahead and add some of our barbecue sauce, which I'll show a little bit later,
Is
okay?
that the garlic?
That is the garlic. Now you can go ahead and use minced garlic, but since we already got garlic in our barbecue sauce, that's what I'm putting in there.
Sounds good.
A little bit of beef broth. I'm going to top that in there also with it. And then I'm going to let that go for about 10, 15 minutes. And you can add onions and things, but I like it just plain with the mushrooms. So I'm going to go start cooking the mushrooms here.
You dropped my sun drop again.
Oh, I did drop your sun drop.
I'll have to go get another one.
There you go.
We'll
I
be
love
right
that.
back. We'll finish this up, show you the steaks when we're done. We'll eat up these fajitas, show you the steaks and the butter sauce when we're done. And we got a couple other tricks up our sleeves, so don't go away. We'll be... In 1946, Alcam Creamery was brought to life by Cameron Peckham in the beautiful hills of southwestern Wisconsin. Now, Merrill, today Alcam is owned by Cam's son, Gary.
Actually, I knew that, but you know,
Yep.
in the early days, cream was produced within a 50-mile radius of the plant and delivered in cans to the butter plant.
Remember those old days?
Oh, do I remember them? I'll tell you
I
what.
used to sit right in those cans of butter.
But today, Alcam procures cream from around the nation. I mean, the special flavors in their butter comes from the history of blending cream from various sources.
You know, and over the years, their mix of products has grown from the bulk boxes of salted butter
Right.
to a wide assortment of different sizes and shapes made for retail, for food service, ingredients, and the Alcam specialty, that old-fashioned rolled butter.
And I'll tell you what, that is my favorite.
The
Really
Amish
good.
rolled butter is just
Yeah,
phenomenal.
great.
Yep. That Alcam rolled butter is delicious.
Yes, it is.
Meryl, I'm gonna have you give me a hand.
All right.
We have our steaks on the grill. I threw some green top onions on there, and I want to show you the most delicious steaks in the world, but they're not going to be completed. Oops, sir.
Whoop, dropped one.
Yeah, let's just get a couple
He
more
gets
on
so
there.
nervous, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know, there's thousands and millions of people watching
I
this
know.
right now. A couple steaks over there,
Holy cow.
and
Got that?
look at the beautiful red peppers on there that I crushed into them. And those are just sweet bell peppers. So the flavor and the texture is just phenomenal in there. And by the way, with the grass-fed beef that we're doing today and the Alcam Creamery, you can go on maddogandmerrill.com, maddogandmerrill.com. They're part of our sponsorships. You can go on there and click on them and you can get to their websites. They're delicious to do.
You got it.
How about a sauce?
Hey, a little sauce. I got my mushrooms. They're all cooked up here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
I'm just going to add a little bit of beef broth.
Can we do that over here? Or do you have to
I
have
want to heat that up a little bit there on there. A little beef broth there.
Are we going to lay them over my steaks?
Yes, we are,
Oh,
sir.
good.
Okay.
So beef broth and garlic barbecue sauce.
Garlic barbecue. You can use any barbecue sauce that you want.
Yep.
Stir that up. Let that sit for about 30 seconds is all what you do, but it gets nice and creamy. Let
Hey, well,
that
he's
melt right
stirring
down
that
there.
up. Let me say a couple things. We have some wonderful steak sandwiches on the grill. I actually took a beautiful loin strip of grass-fed beef, and while it was still frothy, I cut them into beautiful steak sandwiches. And we put them on the grill, and as Meryl's ladling the sauce over my steaks, I'll show you those steak sandwiches. But in the battle of sandwiches, the bun is like half, if not more, the battle. So we always choose S. Rosen's, and they are delicious. They make better burger buns, better steak buns. S. Rosen's, we chose the onion and the Kaiser ones today. So as Meryl takes and ladles that sauce over my steaks, I'm gonna grab those steak sandwiches.
All right. Ooh, 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 man.
Talk to him while you're
I love it.
ladling.
I am. The skillet's hot is what it was. It turned out like it wasn't hot. No, we've got that. There we got the mushrooms. We got the barbecue sauce in there and the butter. And I'll tell you what, life is good, sir.
Oh man, does that look delicious.
at that. Look at that.
I'll tell you what, now the steak sandwiches are wonderful, and you can have your butcher cut them for you, or just cut them into nice strips, and they go fast and furious. And a lot of times we'll take a little Worcestershire.
There
and
you go.
Worcestershire and butter, so we'll sear these up, put them in a pan, sear them up real fast, put them in a pan, splash a little Worcestershire over the top of about a portion of Alcam butter, and let those sit in there
Oh,
and then
man.
serve them
I
up.
love it. That and the W sauce. That's probably one of my favorite mixtures, really.
Butter and Worcestershire.
Yep, it is. It's a match made in heaven.
And a little
you know
and a little bit of garlic barbecue
That's
sauce.
one of my
in
other
there.
favorites too. That, butter and garlic. You know what else I like? A little bit of green pepper in there, red pepper in there. I like that too. It makes a big difference.
Let's just see.
Now, how's the sauce?
Oh
Isn't
man,
that
that's
good?
delicious. Absolutely delicious. That
Oh.
Alcam butter is delicious. I can't
Oh.
wait to dive into these steaks.
Oh man.
We're going to be right back to wrap this
I'm gonna
whole
check this out,
fiasco
make sure
up.
this
Don't
is
forget to
still
go
good.
on maddogandmerrill.com. I'm going to cut into some of these steaks and we'll show the gorgeous medium rare.
Isn't that
We'll be
sauce?
right
I
back.
know you're-
All right, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. You ready, Merrill?
I'm ready.
Go.
1, 2, 3. You know the dishes, man.
You folks think this is all fun and games,
Yeah.
but someone's got to do the dishes, and
right.
it's scissors, because
Yep.
scissors don't cut rock.
They don't. Those rocks smash.
Well,
the
once
scissors.
again, we had a great time. We're in Vernon County here in the beautiful western part of Wisconsin, the beautiful valleys over here. It's gorgeous country. We invite everybody to visit. A beautiful trout stream behind
right
us
here.
we haven't even showed you. Our cameraman, Gary, is just all excited about that. Go online at maddogandmerrill.com. Learn a little bit more. As always, we have a great time. Time to say goodbye, Merrill.
Goodbye, Merrill.
Goodbye, Merrill. No, goodbye, everybody. Have a great one. Happy grilling.
Happy grilling.